You my baby. As I do, who says it? Who says it?
Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the Diaspora Talk. Yeah, exactly. We are here today to discuss issues affecting our country, Liberia.
I'm a stand up for it. Tell me and drink to me. Let me a journey, let my heart on fire. Don't use my love for fire. I call you with my body fire. Carry my eye, my don't get tired.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon. Wherever you find yourself in this one world, welcome to the Diaspora Talk. We are here to discuss issues affecting our country, Liberia. Prophet Key is our guest tonight, and he's here for us to discuss national issues about Liberia, how to push our country forward, what affecting our country, and how we can find a solution. Yeah, to the audience out there, if you are getting our live and clear, just make a comment there in the comment section. Let us know how perfectly you are getting us, the singer. Prophet Kid is well seated to be a part of our broadcast tonight. The political commentator, Prophet Kid of our time. He's on here tonight at Diaspora Talk.
I want to be a people. Be my love, don't use my love for fire. Call you with my body fire. Guide my eye, man, don't get tired.
Yeah, if you say no sound there, please check your device properly because I can still from my system on here that everything is loud and clear. Please share the broadcast, my people.
What's up, everyone? This is your girl Snow T, and you're listening to LIB Vibes with DJ OCK.
Big man on the give me your mama. Give me your mama. Give me your mama.
Yeah, share the broadcast, my people. Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to the Diaspora Talk. We are here to discuss issues affecting our country. Please help us share the broadcast as we pay host today to the man Prophet Key.
If you take that thing away from me, I Sweet like candy, sweet like candy, sweet like candy, sugar, sweet like candy, sugar.
Good morning, good afternoon. Please help us share the broadcast. Yeah, James, you were saying the video not too clear. Yeah, sorry for that. It's due to the mini studio that I have on here. Perhaps that's why the video is not actually clear. But yeah, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that.
DJ keeps playing my song, and the DJ keeps playing my song. say my head on the level, my head on, and the DJ won't get me on. Feel like candy, feel like candy, sweet like candy, sugar, sweet like
Yeah, right after the intro Liberian music, they're live into the broadcast. Yeah, sorry there. Oh, I'm so sorry there. Something happening crazy on here, but let me get it perfectly. Oh, what's
you make my team bad. So now you know I get there. Make that booty check. Come on, minute now, for so we get my we get a move. Everything will keep a little low key. Low key, low key. Come on, minute now, for so we get my we get a move. Everything will keep a little low key. Then you say you man. Oh, yeah, you're acting like it. You're breaking my in my pocket. Enter the club, but take the bed, you're breaking my in my pocket. Sooner I go to the can't take one more to all of my things you buy. All your friends. Anything what you do, some kind of way, I will kill it.
Yeah, Liberian music to the world. Welcome to the Diaspora Talk. If you're just joining us, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Yeah, like I said, we have Prophet Key tonight as our guest, and we also have our sister Rose Mary Gunaway. She also going to be doing a short commercial of what she said to the Liberian people out there. Yeah, so please share the broadcast. Wherever you find yourself in this one word. Yeah, right after this music, we go live in our discussion because no time to waste. Yeah, we're running out of time. But we want to say good morning. We want to say happy first Sunday in the month of September. Yeah, please share the broadcast, my people. Wherever you find yourself, in Liberia, US of A, in Asia, also in Europe, South America, share the broadcast, my people. Yeah, Prophet King will be live on here as we discuss national issues about Liberia.
They can show me your shoe size. I want you in me like pizza. When you open it, I will sing it inside.
My girl music to the world. Panto on this one. You feature PCK. Good morning. Good morning from the US of A. Good afternoon from Liberia. And good evening from South Korea. Welcome to the Diaspora Talk. We are talking about Liberia. We are talking about Liberians.
Baby, you just can't take control, baby. Can push me around with a remote. Yeah, I want anymore. If I lie to you, talk on my photo. They say you want that police, they But you I want. They say you walking again. They say you share a bullet. For you I got that much. But you I want. They say you can't say no. They say you cross the road. But you open your phone. They say you can't pass by me. Anything they say from friend. I think they message for honestly. I like today, I like tomorrow. Baby, hope you know. People understand you. I never feel it now.
Yeah, gentlemen, I don't mind me, because the music want to take me, keep going. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, that team is from US of A. Good evening, Gabriel from South Korea. To be specific, Bosan or Donkey Drum City, and also our sister on here, Rosemary Gunaway, who's gonna be here for a short period of time, making a little, giving a little information about what she's self. So, welcome, gentlemen, to the show.
Yes, good morning, CEO. Good morning from my end. Good morning to the panelists here for today's show.
Gabriel, welcome. Are you guys getting me clear? Gabriel, welcome to the show.
Yes, I'm getting you. I don't know about Gabriel.
Gabriel, are you good to go? Gabriel, we're not hearing you. Okay, I think Gabriel has some issues there. So,
I think he has a technical issue.
yeah, Rosemary, how you doing? I guess you're getting me clearly, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good evening from your end, and welcome to the Diaspora Talk. It happens to be your first time on here. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, welcome to our show. It's a pleasure having you on here.
Oh my.
Okay, T Max, before we have our guest, because Prophet Key is our guest tonight, as we'll be discussing national issues, we have our sister Rosemary, who is a businesswoman here in Korea. She going to be, you know, giving us a little information about products she sell and how good it is, for Liberian to be able to purchase a business. She was able to meet up with our coordinator who recommended her to the platform, and then we had a discussion in the background, and everything is well settled. So, um, with no time to waste, as we stay with Prophet Key to come on, because he's setting up a system and going to be just on in the next less than 5 minutes to join us. So, Rosemary Fresley, I want you to just introduce yourself to Liberian people that are watching, because we got Liberian watching all around the world in US of A, in Liberia, in Asia also. So, just introduce yourself to the world. I mean, as a businesswoman.
Oh wow. All right. For sure, I'm Rose, but I'm Rosemary Ginoe, uh, from Maryland. So yeah, but for sure, Rose. I stay in Korea, so I do an online business as well. I do a wholesale business. So some of the products here we do wholesale as well, not just retail.
Okay.
Yeah,
That-
yeah.
that- that's
So
good. We're gonna go deep into the your sale, what you sell. We have Liberians, okay. Dow Shepherd say he's following us from Liberia and in Banja. Okay, that's good.
yeah,
Thank you, my brother, that share the broadcast. So we're gonna go in details, to ask about your product you sell, and then
yeah,
how consumable it is, for Liberians. So firstly, T Max, like I said, we are with
Yeah.
Prophet Key to do us shortly. But our sister, we're going to give her almost 10 minutes for her to do her little, promo on what she sells. So that people in the US of A, people in Liberia, or people all around the world can be able to contact her either directly by Facebook, or they can contact her through the website. I want to believe you have your website. So what you do, send me the link of the website, then I can pin it at the bottom of our broadcast here, and people can
all
be
right,
able to follow.
all right. Let me send it to you.
Just send me the link through my inbox. And then
Yeah.
also, let's get to know, Rosemary, what exactly do you sell?
like in general, as is cosmetics in general.
Okay.
Yeah, so in general, it's cosmetics. So we got men product and then we got women products. But like 80% are for women, 20% products are for men.
Okay. She sells cosmetics for both men and women. So let's get to know about the
So yeah,
woman cosmetics. Okay, you want to go ahead, T Max. Go ahead. I know you want to ask a question. Go ahead, T Max.
yes. Good morning, Rosemary, and welcome to the Diaspora Talk.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for that business mindset that Liberians are engaging into. But
Okay.
I want to get into a little bit of some of the products that you sell. That I know you say is
Yeah.
basically cosmetic. So I know we're not
Yeah.
going to full business; it's just cosmetic, right?
Yeah.
So how can one?
Sorry, T Max. Sorry for interrupting you. Let us first welcome our guest, Prophet Key. The man just show face. Welcome to the show, Prophet Key.
Yes, thank you very much. And good morning to the people of Asia on the Asia Premier platform and to all my supporters around the world. It feels good to be here this morning again. And thank you for bringing me here.
Okay, thank you so
Welcome,
much,
Prophet.
Prophet King, for coming on. So, Prophet King, you will bear with us for 5 minutes. We have our sister on here who is a businesswoman, and she just want to make the public to understand what she sell and how they can be able to contact her to buy what she sell. And we appreciate her as a Liberian who is doing business to be able to help our country, to improve and also have people employ. So, Timas, you're on the floor. Let's just take 5 minutes of this discussion quickly, then we'll go to Prophet Key to start our show right away. Yeah, so Timas, you're on the floor. Go ahead
Right,
quickly, Chief.
Yeah. You was asking
right.
question.
Yes. So Rose, as I was saying, I know I also thank you for engaging in business. We love to see our Liberians, sisters and brothers engage into business. That's the kind
Yeah.
of time we find ourselves in. So how can one like order products from you in terms of I live in say Canada, I live in Australia, I live in America. Do you have a website established so that people can be able to order products from you? And what is your website?
Okay. So for now, I do have a site in the US. There's a place called Afrique Wave. So now they have a whole lot of African. Actually, it's an African marketplace, almost like AliExpress. Yeah. So the site is called Afrique Wave. So you just download it. You go to Play Store, and then you download Afrique Wave, and then you sign in as user. So once you sign in as user, then you can just click if you want like cosmetics, you want food, you want whatsoever, you click on it, and then you will see the products I have there. But then in my shop, I have a name, it's called Inspire Glow Beauty. So once you download Afrique Wave, and then you just type in Inspire Glow Beauty, and then you will see all the products I sell.
Where is my pen?
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Tima. While you are writing it down, you also send the link. I'm going to pin the
I
link at
did
the
send
bottom.
you the link.
Yeah, I will pin the link
Okay.
at the bottom so that people
Yeah,
can be able
so
to.
but even as that, like people contact me directly so that I give my number because most of the products they are in Thai because they are not ready in English because I get the product from Thailand, from Indonesia, and from Korea. So most of them are not ready in English. So if you do go on the site, even though the description is on the site, but sometimes you have personal questions or stuff, you can call me directly, and then once I'm not working, I will be available to assist you.
Okay, thank you for that. So while Tima is trying to find pen and paper to write that. So let's just try to tell about the product you said first. Let's start with the woman own, then we'll go to the man own, then of course we go.
Okay, so a whole lot of products. Okay, so we got a face set for women. So now with the face product, they got numbers. The jubilating set, they got numbers on it. They got 1, 2, and 3. So Like they all do the same work, but then the strength is different. So if you know your face is kind of bad off, then you can use number 3. And then as it's decreasing, you go to number 2. So number 1 is for maintenance. So let's say if someone your face is not really bad off, but you just got 1 or 2 pimples here and there, then you can use number 1 or number 2. Yeah, so we got this, and then we got this as well. So it's the same. Okay, fine. This is number 1. So when you check on it, you're gonna see number 1. So number 1 is especially for maintenance. Like if you just get small pimples and stuff on your face, you want to clean your face, then you use number 1. So this is number 2. Number 2 is for people who their face is not that really messed up, yeah, but still to the stage where they cannot use number 1, then you can use number 2. So it's the same thing with this, but now with this one, this exfoliating solution, it has the same thing, 1, 2, and 3. Like they all do the same thing, but the strength is different. If your face is really, really messed up and you can't afford this soap set, you can still buy this one. So you can use this one. Then we got it with lemon soap, and then we got it dark remover soap. So you can buy this one, 1, 2, or 3, depending on your face situation.
Okay.
Depending on your face situation, you can buy this. So now we got soap, we got the papaya soap. Like we can use any of these soap with any of this, but you need to get a soap or something to be able to use this as well. So you can use this, yes. And then we got a night cream. So this is the night cream. So like if you got pimples, you got dark spot, you can use this, but this is just for the night. And then we got slim tea. We got slim tea as well. So you can get, so we got this slim tea and we got one other slim tea too. It's on the site. But unfortunately, I'm out of stock of that other tea in Korea. But it's on the site in the US. So when you go on the site in the US, it's going to see it there. So we got this. And this is another face cream. This is another face cream. Now, if you use this one, because this one doesn't have a cream, but this is a full set. Since this doesn't have a cream, you can use this cream or you can use this cream with this. Depending on your face situation, you can use 1, 2, or 3. If your face is not bad off, in my opinion, don't take number 3 if your face is not bad off. Don't take number 3. Number 3 is way stronger than number 2 and number 1. So, but you need soap and cream to use. So you can use any one of these cream. Be done. But this cream, this identical cream is for night. So you can buy one night cream and you can buy one day cream, and then you can buy one of this and then use it.
So, Rosemary, let me
yeah, hold on 1 minute. Let us just explain the product. Then because we don't want to take longer time while we have our guests.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the question you want to ask?
Yeah.
So now I hear you saying number 1, number 2, number 3. Does those product has names? I think the names will be something important.
It's exfoliating solution.
Okay. It's called what?
When they go on the site, they're going to see everything. That's what I'm saying. So I'll give my number. So if anybody having personal questions, you call me directly and I can still help you out because I still do it. People still call me and I still help people out. So that's the thing.
Okay, that's
right.
good.
Thank you so
much. No. So you are already done with the female products?
No. And then we have this one is for vagina.
Okay.
So this is for clean. He laughing.
No, don't worry. I want get the prophet. You know.
So this is for the vagina. So this is for vagina cleaning and vagina tightening. But this one Like that's it. Even if you want to buy two, you cannot use this two. You use one after 2 months before you try to use it again. So it's just once you use it, it's for vagina cleaning. Like if you got infection or whatsoever, you insert it in the night when you're about to sleep, and then in the morning you remove it and just rinse with cold water, and that's all. You don't use this again till after 2 months. Now it's the same thing with this, but with this one is small black seed. This is a seed. It's just a small black seed. So it does the same thing, but you use one every month. This is how the seed look. Very small seed. So with
Okay.
this one, if you insert it, you don't have to remove it. It can still be there, and you can still fall in the spirit with it. You won't need to move it.
Okay. When you say
Yeah.
foreign, what you mean?
Eat something. A PG. You gotta
Speaking.
The good thing I like, our guest here, Prophet, he's a very open guy who understands the dynamics.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
So you can
yeah,
insert this one in the night.
we will conclude with you when he asking just one question, then we'll conclude with you. So that's just the final aspect on the issue of the woman, right? You're talking about
No, they're waiting in plenty. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said, 80%. And then we got this one
You are
vitamin E
we have
injection.
a whole section for this
Yeah,
for this
I don't need a whole
yes,
session. Yeah, we can keep the
yeah,
guest.
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Like we got so many stuff. That's what I'm saying. I got so many products. Okay, let me go to the men because the men one I get three.
yeah, okay, hold on 1 minute, Rosemary. Hold on 1 minute. Like I
Yeah,
said, right, we have our guest tonight, so we just wanted to afford you 10 minutes or 15 minutes because there is a continuing process. Every time we come on live, you're going to come on and explain about the program. There will be a
Yeah.
regular. Because, so, being that we have a guest already, so we'll not take all of the time. So, let's just run to the main issues quickly.
Okay, let's get to the men.
Yeah, so let's get to know about what you have for men.
Okay, so for men, we got sex cream. But unfortunately, for the sex cream and all the stuff in Korea, but it's available in the US. Once you go on the site, the sex cream is available. And then we got a sex spray. This is a spray.
Okay,
And then we got a tissue for men.
okay.
So if anybody want to know how to use it, you call me directly. I'll teach you how to use it.
Okay, so those are just the product you have for men. You have
Yes.
the
Then we
spray,
got
cream.
chronophil. Like we got so many products. We got chronophil. We got the mama. Like this one is way stronger than the chronophil. So we got the mama that way stronger than chronophil. So we got the chronophil. We got the mama. We got scrub. So this scrub you can use it for those who got a dark spot between their legs, their elbow and stuff. So this scrub is purposely for between your legs, not for your full body, But if you got dark spot between your legs, your elbow, and all this kind of stuff, you can use this scrub. This is a whole body scrub, but it's 3 in 1. It's whitening scrub as well. I don't want to delay our time, but like anyway, we'll set up behind air. Got this is another whitening scrub, but it's 4 in 1. Like anybody interested in it, I can tell them how to use it. I think all of I don't really get stuck in Korea for this one, but it's stuck.
all
I'm
right.
stuck here in the US. So
Okay,
it's
Rosemary, thank you so much. So, we'll reach out to you probably at the end of the show. You can just end the commercial there.
okay. I think that would be better. That is if I'm not
Yeah.
sleeping.
Okay,
Okay.
so
But
so so, so it is a nice thing that we have our Liberian sister who doing business. The thing that I don't understand sometimes about we Liberians, right? These personal issues that concern our human health, that concern our regular or day-to-day life, we take it to be something so different. I mean, what about sex that people don't know about? Who don't know about sex?
I tell yourself when you talk about the teen, they want to all come and teen, and now the teen can be creeping high right in the corner to you. So you talk about it, you not come make crumble.
Yeah, so we need to graduate from all of these things. The one thing that I see when we discussing it, we just discussing maturely, like the way she is explaining it in SYZ. We all understand that. So, Rosemary, thank you now so much, for that. Like I said, there is a continuing process. You're going to come on every time we come on live to explain about this. It's just that we have guests who have other
Yeah,
tested.
because I didn't give me chance to explain anything. Because perfect keep
yeah,
it.
no, we'll get back to you. please.
Yeah. So like we said already, we have Prophet King coming on, so we could not take all of the time and Prophet King to have a busy schedule. So if you can hang
Okay.
around at the end of Prophet, as soon as Prophet King leave, we will still continue with you. But like I said, there's a continuing process. Every Sunday we come on here, you will come and explain the business because we are already in
I
business,
get
right?
you. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll just text you my business number and then you can just pull it up because
Thank
my
you.
personal number is different from my business number.
Okay, that'll be fine. You text it to me, and all of the products send the photos. Our correspondent going to have it posted, and we'll be able to share it out to the world so that everybody can be a part
All
of it.
right, I'll try and do that. But
Yeah.
then you can
So
text me your WhatsApp number so I can use my business phone and just text and send you everything.
okay, I will do just that. I will do just that.
Right.
Thank you
Yes.
ever so much, my sister. We appreciate you coming on here, and we pray that you continue the business you're doing because I know you
Amen.
are really help to the Liberian community and Liberian too back home.
Yeah,
So
thank you
thank you
so
so much.
much.
We appreciate you. You can have
Okay.
a
And
wonderful
also
time.
thank you for subscribing to our platform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All
Okay, then,
right.
gentlemen, let's go into our national discussion right away because we have Prophet Key already. Prophet Key is a man with principles, right? And we have to
Yeah.
respect that so greatly. Yeah, he's the prophet of our time, and like I said, he's a man of principle. But I wanted Prophet Key to ask our sister just one question. I don't know if he could. Yeah, just one question. I wanted him to ask our sister. But anyway, yeah, she's already gone. Prophet Key, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
bro.
Thank you for wasting my time.
Yeah.
Yawazuo, Mahabi, Yawazuo. Welcome to the show, my daughter.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we always have you on here because the Diaspora Talk happens to be like a family platform to Liberians all around the world because Liberians who love the country so much. And we are proud always whenever we have you on here to discuss the issues. But our sister is a businesswoman, and we also try to promote what she does, in order to have an ends meet and also be able to make an impact in the life of other Liberians too in Liberia that are striving, right? So yeah, that's what the platform is all about. But anyway, welcome and happy Sunday. Happy first Sunday to you, Prophet Key.
Okay, thank you very much. Yahweh Zoo, Yahweh Zoo, Yahweh Zoo, my happy Yahweh Zoo. It feels good to be here. I have to chip in my business schedule because I will be having a community show today, but I have to come, And so when you bring me like that, you should respect my own engagement, the time, and what we discuss behind the scene because you know that I will be having show today, but I have to chip in to come just to respect your invitation. But it shouldn't be like that again anymore. You got to think how to
Yeah,
be playing. Before bringing me, I can't sit and let me watching. I leave Bremer before time when you
Right.
finish doing her accomplishment, then later you can bring me in. Because myself, Anyway, no problem. We can move on from here.
thank you, Prophet.
Right.
Thank you
Perfect.
for
Key round. Put
yeah.
that
Yeah, yes.
100%.
Yeah,
You
right, Prophet King.
Thank you so much.
we
That's
we
one good thing.
apologize.
Like yeah,
Apologize
that's
for
one.
everything. Fix it the next time.
Yeah, think about that's one good thing I like about the prophet, right? The prophet is a man who is very strict, and I always tell people, that's what I admire a prophet Key. Yeah, like the men normally say, he don't carry fraud for beauty passion. I mean, everything that he does is just being very strict. So thank you for on that. But like I said, we were just trying to promote our Liberian sister for what she does. But let's go straight into the discussion, Prophet King. Today is Sunday, and we have a lot of national issues to discuss, and we're seeing a lot of things going on there in the country, and we have to discuss it. You are a political commentator, and we understand whenever these things occur in our country, you have your own personal view on it, and also there are some other things you may perceive that you want to talk about. So right now, let's look at the issue of the 2023 election to come. We are now seeing that the Yomli Kanga Lawrence faction of the Liberal Party, because the Liberal Party, they are staying in disarray. They are staying, in a state of dilemma, or they are still confused. We see in the Liberal Party, faction of Yomli Kanga Lawrence with t-shirts and talking about raising a 20 million United States dollar. And then at the end of the day, they still say they are for the people. This was the same thing that Darius Dillon did doing before he became senator. Dillon $1. I think you remember that, and you also contributed towards that Dillon $1. Now it's Yomli Kanga Lawrence 20 million. What's the essence of raising 20 million? And we are also getting information that she might likely be a vast tenor bearer to Joseph Nyima Bwaka, which of course Alexander Cummings, which of course Ben Ayu is also not happy with that. So looking at, and we also saw T-shirt from what his name is, the former Secretary General for the Unity Party, Mo Ali, wearing T-shirts that carry initials of Joseph Nyima Bwaka and that of what's her name, Yomli Kanganars, Yomli and YL, and then Joseph Nyima Bwaka with the both of them photos on that, telling us. It's a clear picture. So, Prophet King, what's your comment on that? What do you think is happening within the C? Because the CPP is now being separate. So, I don't know how Yomli Kanga Lawrence and her crew going to call that other group. So, what's your comment on that, as a political?
Thank you very much. But I think we should forget about the issue of CPP. Because legally, there is nothing like CPP any longer that you and myself knew about. Because people have already broken away from the CPP. Unity Party broke away from the CPP. The All Liberal Party broke away from the CPP. So there is no CPP, but we may have collaboration with certain parties, but actually there is no CPP. And you're talking about the raising of the $20 million for Yomli Kanga Lawrence. You see, you cannot go into an election without money. Okay? You cannot go into an election without money. Like you just said, that there's a rumors that Yomli Kanga Lawrence may run as a vice president to and Joseph Nyima Bwaka. So why are you bringing on the table? Okay, you have to bring number and you have to bring money. So Yomli Kanga now she's trying to fight to make some money, at least to try to attract Joseph Nyima Bwaka with cash. So all these things, it's a political interplay there, because you cannot come to a collaboration broke. So you should come with something. So Yomli Kanga Lawrence is trying to generate some money. So just in case that she may go as the vast Senate bearer to Joseph Bwaka, she will come with money to be able to help the party. But the issue of Mo Ali wearing a T-shirt with Joseph Nyima Bwaka picture on it and Yomli Kanga picture on it, that is just a campaign. Okay, it has not been approved. It has not been approved by Joseph Nyima Bwaka. If you go over and see many pictures on social media coming from Buchanan, you will see that Joseph Nyima Bwaka's daughter wearing his T-shirt with Joseph Nyima on it, with Joseph Bwaka on it. There is no T-shirt that Joseph Bwaka daughter wearing with Yomli Kanga and Joseph Bwaka on it. And you see Yomli Kanga too wearing T-shirt. She alone on her T-shirt. So what you saw there with Mo Ali is a political interplay trying to set the stage, the future stage that we are looking at Yomli Kanga Lawrence to be a vice bearer to Joseph Bwaka. But there's a political game they're playing there, but it has not been concluded upon.
Okay, Prophet King, let me just hold you right there, right? Because there was something you said from the beginning. You said there is no CPP. And we understand CPP having to be the collaborating of political parties. And political parties might be two. It's not supposed to be 3 or 4. We still get to understand that oh, sorry, guys. I'm trying to. We're having some technical issues here, but hope we can have it solved. Yeah. So, Prophet King, are you getting me, Prophet?
Yeah, hearing you.
Okay. Like I said, right? You said there is no CPP. And we all saw of recent a ceremony at Liberty Party headquarters where the ANC and the LP of the Bility faction were in collaboration signing documents. And we also understand that the Unity Party left and the ALP left. So how will you classify the ANC and the Liberty Party faction? Will you not still classify them as a CPP, and you are saying that there is no CPP because two political parties left and the other two political parties are still working together? Is that what you're telling us, Prophet Key?
But when we say CPP, what was CPP and who then were part of CPP? We have four political parties came together to form CPP. Okay? Now what you know and I know, everybody knows the CPP. A four political parties came together and they formed CPP, and there was a framework for the CPP. But the thing have been broken down. There is no CPP, and even they went to court, and their even framework document was thrown out of the court because they go against the Constitution of Liberia. Because in the framework document, it says that no one can break away from the CPP. And the Constitution gives everybody right to associate and disassociate. So what you see there, they don't find different name for it. But there is no more CPP.
Okay, thank you on that clarity. But you know, like I always say, and like I want to say, everyone entitled to their own opinion or whatsoever they say. Like you, Prophet King is saying that there is no CVA similar because of what happened, right? And other people might also say there's still CVV still exists, even though people walk away from the CPP. It doesn't mean that the CPP does not still exist. It still exists, but the prophet is telling that the CPP does not exist. That is from his own analysis, the way he analyzed what went on within the CPP. So, gentlemen, over to you guys. And, you know, as we still discuss about the trending issues about the liberal parties, you know, Yomli Kanga law raising 20, some people saying $20 million Liberian dollar. I don't want to believe it is $20 million Liberian dollar because $20 million Liberian dollar is just nothing. It's not even like 100,000. I think the 20 million is US dollar because we don't see any clear indication. But Prophet King, can you rectify that for us? You think it's 20 million United States dollar or Liberian dollar?
No, but if that could be 20 million Liberian dollar, but it's a little amount. But I think they've been putting saying 20 million Liberian dollar. What been circulating?
Yeah, but that's nothing. That's nothing for election for campaign. That's just nothing. 20 million Liberian dollar is just a chicken change. Gentlemen, over to you guys about the issues of what's unfolding right now. Then we will go to our next topic as we will dive on, and we will not take longer time tonight. We'll make it very short. So let's go to you quickly, Gabriel. Then we'll go to T Max.
Okay. Firstly, Prophet Key, I just want to once again welcome you. And I stand to be corrected. I think this is one of your most visited platforms, apart from the war stage. You have always been here. So welcome back home again, Prophet, and thank you for always accepting our invitation.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Prophet Key, I just want to know this. A few months back, I don't know, a year or a few months back, I mean, there was the news circulating, and you even confirmed it that you were going to step into the race, especially to run as a senator. And people look at you as one of the huge competitive political figure that would have either kicked this man Prince White Johnson from the senatorial position, and it also got, people started being attracted to you, especially they felt that you have more chance when the sanction came on Prince Johnson, and because they felt that that sanction was really going to handicap him, and you are going to give you leverage over him, you are going to give you competitive advantage over him. And yes, now we are looking at you. You are stepping back from the race because of security issue. How are your followers feeling? Are they feeling disappointed, or they are feeling like somehow you just compromise their interest or something? How are they really feeling? How is the talk behind the scene with them? How are you encouraging them to cope with this announcement that you are not
First
running?
thing, first, man. Supported and know that without security, there is no guarantee. So my announcement that I'm getting out of the race, they know that that was a good decision that I took. Getting out of the race, that because there is no security for me, and I cannot go into a race where I know the country does not have no security, and information coming from the country in and out each and every day, making me to understand that the aim of those people is to get, I mean, they already get people on the ground that want to hit the ground. They will even come and waste acid water in my eyes. They will do everything to prevent me to run in the election. So my supporter themselves, they see that this is one of the best decisions that I took. Because you can plan something and you can revisit your plan, okay, based upon certain issues. So the issue here is a great issue, security. If I don't have security, how am I going to run? It's all not about the money, okay? I can generate the money, but there is no security. The government in power is continuing to label me as someone who violating the Constitution, someone who doing things out lolly. So, but the fact of the matter, the same government go on international platform and they boast that Liberia is the only country where people can cause president and they go free. Okay, they say that international platform, but in reality, they are not happy. In reality, they plan to get rid of the man who using the Table Mountain Declaration. So my supporter, they support my decision because it's in their interest. And it's also in the interest of the man they believe in. Before you send your electorate on the war front to go fight your BB weapon, you have to have people minded. The ground have to be secure. You cannot see a red zone, a dangerous zone, then you just put yourself in it because you want to show the people, say, I say this, I should do it. No, you can say something and retreat based upon certain reasons. So based upon security, I put up and my supporter there back my decision.
Yeah, Prophet Key, what are the signs you are seeing that you are being targeted? Because the problem is that, I mean, if months back, I mean, we saw, I know friends of Prophet Key. I mean, they had a very successful rally for you. I mean, nobody disturbed them. I think they went Ganda somewhere, somehow. And also, I mean, you just got well in faster congratulations, you know, right at the border of Liberia. Let's say, with a country that is bordering Liberia, there's Africans, and nobody embarrassed you. And we even heard that, I don't know, 2000. I know 2019 or 2020, I stand to be correct there because I don't know the exact year. You once came in Liberia and left back, and you haven't been targeted. So, what are the signs that mean you are a target when you come to Liberia to exercise your own franchise?
But looking at things on the surface is different from what happened behind the scene. In the issue of being Africa is not Liberia. That's another country. Before you come to Africa to apprehend somebody, you have to go through the authorities to apprehend someone. You cannot walk in anybody's country and then apprehend someone because you got issued the person. So you will be an assassin and you will be arrested and you will be judged and taken to jail. But there were people sent from Liberia to get rid of me. Even like the Pogarawa. Pogarawa was one of those that was sent by the government to come to do the job. And even our in Africans, when information circulated on social media that I was dead, in Africans. And you're talking about the issue of the launch in how you call it, how you call it, sir?
In Liberia, in Ganta.
Yeah. They launched in Ganta, we never fight over it. The government never provided us security. We asked for security, they refused to give us security. They refused to provide security. The only thing is because I, the mean person, was not on the scene. And there was a time people wanted to disrupt the process. People even came to disrupt the process. All the while we handle it. It's only because I'm not on the scene. But all the time we have rally, there have always been people that always come to disrupt. By the end of the day, we can put it under control. Because I'm the main target. So when the main target is not there, those that can come to disrupt, at the end of the day, we can put it under control. But their aim is to disrupt. So all the program we then have in Liberia, people can always come to disrupt the program. Always.
Thank you so much, Prophet. Yeah, CEO. Go ahead.
T-Max, over to you.
Yes. Thank you, CEO. Good morning, Prophet Key, and welcome back again to the Diaspora Talk. So I have two questions for you. I I listened to you anyway. Before I go forward, I want to say good morning and hats off to the man that shepherd there in Virginia, Hotel Africa, Banja. Thank you for following. Um, Prophet Key, I just listened to you and Gabriel. Um, I know you accuse the government of not providing you security, even when you were in your process of running your doing your launch, and also in terms of your intention to run for the House of Senate. But my question to you is, in Ganta, where you did your launch, and you had some people trying to disrupt your process, do you think it was the government that actually um, initiated those people to go and disrupt, or was it your rival Prince Johnson or other forces there who really were against you? How sure are you it was the government? Why don't you think it was maybe Senator Prince Johnson who felt like you were a strong rival to him and he wanted to disrupt you, or he's the one following your issue when it comes to security because he's very insecure with the kind of popularity you have? But you squarely put the blame on the government. And number two, looking at the political um, arena right now, who do you support in terms of the 2023 elections? Those are the two questions. Thank you, Prophet King.
Okay, thank you. For the issue of those that came to disrupt the program in Ganta, why I put the blame squarely on the government? Because first thing first, the government refused to give us security. They say, you go. We can't give us security, you go. Okay, the government refused to give us security. So if the government refused to give us security, and the government job is to protect life and property. So when the government refused to give us security, that's a clear indication that the government have different plan. There was a plan B, and the plan B was to send people to disrupt the program. So that's why the government refused to send us security. Because Prince Johnson himself, he worked within the government. And Prince Johnson is in the first branch of the government. So the government refusing to give us security to protect us, we're having a political rally. That is a clear indication that the government was behind those that came to disrupt our program in Nima County. And we have been seeing that you have to be a rocket scientist to understand that the government is not supporting opposition group. Okay, imagine that the protest on July 26th, where there was a counter protest. Well, now someone is still fighting for his life. Christopher is still fighting for his life. Counter protest. It's only because of the Americans step in. Okay, that's the reason why you see the August 24 protests were cool. Only because of the American. So the government itself does not support oppositions trying to push the agenda to the Liberian people, which is constitutional. So what happened in Ganta? It was the government, because of what we saw, we knew it was going to happen. People were going to come to disrupt, and we asked for security, and the government refused to grant us security. And what we foresee and what happened? So it was the government. Secondly, you ask, who am I supporting in the coming election? I'm a free position. Okay, I'm not part of no political party, neither am I part of the ruling position. I stand for the better Liberia for each and everyone. I'm only here to supervise Liberian politics, checkmate Liberian politicians, and see to it that thing goes the right way. I'm not here to be backing political party. It's not my job. Okay, because every political party have their own agenda. And I got my own agenda for Liberia. So I'm only there to supervise the Liberia political dispensation in this time. But I'm not supporting no political party, and I get no candidate I'm going to support. I'm here to supervise for a good and transparent democratic process in our country, because of what we sign up to.
Thank you. Thank you, Prophet Key. So let's look at what is trending on social media right now. We saw, a piece of document, that been signed by the Liberian Senate that talks about, the executive and the legislature and that of the judiciary, those working in the area, whenever they retire, to be on a lifetime benefit. Looking at a poor country like Liberia, that is among the world poorest country or the world most poor country, Liberia is on the list. The people are dying in the country. There's no food, there's no water, there's no sleeping area, there's no electricity. And we are looking at our legislature and that of the executive, some officials who, whenever they've been retired, they be placed on a lifetime benefit. That is 50% of their salary. So if they were making 10,000 every month, and whenever they retire, they're gonna make like 5,000 every month for lifetime. Even if they die, their sons and daughters or wives will still collect that money. Prophet Key. Looking at how poor Liberia is. The civil servant does not even have such right. The people who even do more jobs in the country. Our men and women are in uniform. Does not even have such privilege or privilege. Because not just the salary, but there are also incentives being added to these guys. So, like men, Akaras Gray on the representative level who served for 2 terms already, going to benefit for a lifetime. So, what's your statement on that? What do you think can you say to our president? Because right now the Senate have already signed that. It's going down to the lower house. And when the lower house agree on that, let's look at what his name said. Or Darius DeLeon, who the people consider to be the light. Yomlikanga Lawrence is also there to who is standing very strong, as my claims, sat there and such, bill trying to be passed into law. Now it has to go to the lower house. And before the president signed, Prophet Key, what's your comment on that as a political commentator of the dispensation?
Thank you very much. First thing first, when you say Liberia is poor, I don't agree that Liberia is poor. Liberia is not poor. Liberia is rich, but we are not allocating the money for the right purposes that is supposed to be allocated for. Liberia is not poor. And we are living in a developed world, and the world is advancing each and every day. Okay? In political science, you learn from other countries too and see the way they move forward to be able to better your country. Okay. Lawmaker having retirement package after their tenure is not wrong at all. It's not wrong at all. But the idea in which the amount that they will be working out with are what we should be discussing. And I think when that bill gets to the lower house, it will pass. Why do you think it passed from the Senate? Because it's in their interest. You see, this has been an issue in Liberia, that when people leave from governmental power, they don't throw it away, let die, and there is no compensation for them anymore. So that we see when more people come to the scene, they start to steal. There's a bit of serious issue in that country. More people have been complaining on this issue. That when you work for Liberian government, the day you retire, the day you out of government, you are done. You on your own. And you and I know the international world we live in today. It's not like that. When people retire, there are pension money that they receive. There are packages that people receive. But our country is not doing it. Then every day we shout, oh, the country is poor, the country is broke. No, Liberia is not poor, Liberia is not broke. The only thing, people are just stealing, and we are not putting the money to the right places it's supposed to go. But I think saying that the lawmaker then, and they're making, how do you call it, they will take 50% of their salary when they retire, we need to revisit it. But the idea of lawmaker having package after their function is not wrong at all. Because we always have to try to put ourselves in the norm of society. We cannot be outside of society. Okay? The idea is good. It's good. But the amount, we have to discuss the amount. Okay? We need to discuss the amount. And there are many things we need to discuss. But like you brought the issue now, when we leave it just like this, then if that bill going to pass, no matter what, it will pass. Because it's in the interest of those laws makers. So the bill will pass. So we, the Liberian people, we should not check and say, no, the police will get no incentive after they resign. It's wrong. It's wrong. They need to have incentive after the resign, but it should be discussed upon and the amount. I think that what we should be discussing, but we should not rule it out. It's on civil law to rule it out.
Okay, Prophet King, well, that's very fine. Let me just do a follow-up, right? I mean, I'll go over to you guys, Yeah, it is true, because here in the US of A, we have the representative there. Also, we have a retirement benefit. But if you calculate our representative benefit over a year, is more than the US representatives. The more money this guy receive, if that will be signed by the president. But then, Prophet King, this is my questions then. We have our men and women in arms that serve the Liberian government. We have the civil servants. They themselves do not have those privileges. But we are just looking at the representatives or senator and some chief executives members who are going to benefit from these things. And mind you, Prophet King, like you already said, once they reach the lower hall, they're going to agree because it's in their interest. That's why you see Dara Zidan, who the people consider to be the light, were very quiet and very dominant whenever that were being discussed or being passed on. There were no comment from him. There was no comment from even the Yombikan Alarm because it was all in their interest. But now it's going to the lower house, like you said, it's going to also be in their interest. They're going to agree on that. But then what we make of the civil servant, our men and women in arms that protect that country every day? What don't this guy also think about these people and try to set up some better benefit for them? But all is just in their own interest. Not the masses, not the people.
But if I'm wrong, you said me right. But I think the armed forces they receive benefit. It was their benefit that brought the issue on Vanessa Samukai.
It's not a lifetime benefit. It's not a lifetime. It's not for lifetime. As compared to the representative and the executive we're talking about, justice, it's not for a lifetime.
Yeah, but if it's not for a lifetime, there have to be a national discussion. It has to be a national discussion. But it's not wrong at all for those people who serve your country to be rewarded after their service to the country. But it have to be discussed. The amount need to be discussed. It needs to be a national discussion. But that is not a wrong direction for a country that is part of the war. It's not wrong at all. You see, what one thing I noticed about we Liberians sometimes, we act like we are not part of the war. We act like we on a different planet. Okay, we act like we're on a different planet. We are part of the war, and things that happen in other countries, we have to see to it and bring our country so Lord will be beneficial for our people. Like I say, it's not wrong, but we need to have a national discussion on it. The amount need to be discussed, and even the salary need to be discussed as well. All the things need to be discussed. It has to be a national discussion. We have referendum on it and we pass it into law. We need to set that country on the right path. But if you say, oh, because Liberia is broke, now we see most of our lawmakers are taking brown envelope. Most of them. Because they have fear when they leave government. What become of them? That's the fear. So at the end of the day, they just go ahead and serve themselves instead of serving the Liberian people, because there is nothing for them after they leave office.
Okay, thank you, Prophet Key. Let's hear from you guys, T Max and that of Gabriel, and we'll go to our final topic. Then we'll open the phone line to take calls because, like I said, Prophet
Yes,
Key,
you know,
so we'll take all of the time tonight. Go ahead, T Max.
thank you, CEO. Prophet Key, I kind of slightly disagree with you. Having a retirement benefit is something that I do agree with. But what are those like basic system that is put in place to have that moving, right? Because you cannot sit there and just retire people, give them lifetime benefit with no system in place to replenish some of those money or even replenish the money. Now, the way it works in the US, right? They have age range. I can't just because I serve as representative for one term, so I have to retire for life, right? So they have age range. So if I became a senator or representative until I hit the age 60 or 60, 65, 60, let's say within it, because you can do early retirement too, at least in the age of 60, anywhere between there, right? You can choose to retire. Then those benefits should come to you. That's one. Two, they got the appropriate tax cut. Are those representatives and senators willing to have those tax cut from their very pay to put aside, or government can use that money to do business with so that money can grow for the retirement? Do we have all of those systems in place? Or is it just because they want that lifetime retirement? So we just sit there, no system in place on how, what are age range? So you tell me now, Darius, they don't just serve one term as senator. So he should retire with life? Is that what you guys saying? Or he should stay in the House of Senate for a certain amount of years or age range he hit before he can retire? You are allowed to retire at this age. You can do early retirement. But when you do early retirement, these are less benefits. If you reach the full bracket of retirement age, these are the full package. Do we have those in place? I'll be honest with you, I have not gone through the bill, but there's a system in place for those kind of. If not, we're not helping Liberia. Like you said, oh, people retire and they don't have nothing. That's why they're stealing. Be system put in, because even this great America, they have in place for those retirement they do. They don't just waste money down because, oh, people got to work and retire. No, we pay taxes, we pay money to those retirement before we reach that age. So before you reach that age, the government may probably double money what your retirement give you. Your retirement, they don't even stress the government. So I just want to make that clear, Prophet Key.
Okay, thank you. So I think that was just a clarity you're trying to make us. So let's go to you, Gabriel. I'll show you have questions to ask the prophet. Then we'll move over to our final topic. Then we open the lines to take calls.
Yes, Prophet Gay, I just want to ask you. I mean, for years now, almost 4 years, and I stand to be corrected again. I mean, you have used vocal language on the president's mother in order to deter him from stealing, to stop him from stealing and becoming a very good leader. I mean, What are you seeing? Are there changes in his attitude? Is he becoming a good president? Is he afraid? Are you seeing the changes that you really want in him? Or the Marcos not doing anything to him?
No, the Marcos doing something. The guy is not doing nothing to him. He will not be complaining here and there. The president complain every day to anyone that comes close to him, even trying to send people from within the party to tell me to slow down on him. So the Marcos doing something to him. If there were no Marcos, you're going to be worse. So the Marcos continue to make impact in Liberia, even in the life of the president. Because this president is a football player that became a president. Football players used to people praising them. They're not used to people insulting them. They used to people praising them, people cheering them to victory. So this football player is not used to the kind of star you see now in politics. So making things hard for him, try to shape him in a way. But let me tell you something. Changes does not come overnight. Rome was not built in one day time. Changes does not come overnight. Even the change in behavior sometimes is not visible for people to see, but you can see the person pretending. So all the things you can see it. The Marcos are changing things in Liberia. That way you see nowadays, even people within the government, even within the president cycle and the president, there have been tremendous change. When this government started, you could see every information just circulating here and there on social media. Everybody could bring information anytime. Anybody could just spread information anyway. But since I've been engaged in the government in my way, the government are very careful to even release certain information. Information are very hard to just surface in the public just like that. Okay? And they are also very careful on certain things. But change does not come on the spot. It takes time. It takes process. And you yourself that pushing the change, you have to continue pushing it. Then it will surface.
Yeah, so Prophet Key, I remember the Marcos started when the $16 billion got missing. And you continue on the Marcos. We heard about the mop up exercise. President Weah didn't take anything, and it shows I don't know whether he's still being affected by the Marcos. We also heard that he diverted, or let's say, this man, Samuel, that's it, the founder minister Samuel Toy, diverted the road fund to another, to another area. And I mean, we are seeing the American government is trying to sanction key stakeholders within the government. So how is the Marcos really working when, I mean, the American government coming and telling us glaringly that, I mean, these people are stealing, they are misappropriating your money? Is this thing really changing George Weah? Because, I mean, we are not seeing anything. Nobody has been prosecuted.
Thank you. You see what you said? You said when it started, it was directly linked to George Weah. But now, what they never sanction George Weah, they sanction people that are close to him. So now George Weah himself, the Marcos, making it to be shy away a little bit from the stealing, and you see a man of steal. Now, what I tell you, when people behavior changing is varies. Sometimes it's glaring that this person have changed, and sometimes you can see the person pretending that you can see the change. Right now is my guilt. Even the word of misappropriation. Do you really understand what misappropriation? Misappropriation is not stealing directly as you can see it. It means if this money is supposed to be for the road fund, you take the same money, then you use it to pay table 7, or you use it to invest it beyond school. So directly, it's not stealing, that misappropriation, changing the channel of the fund. But when you take that money and you invest it for yourself, then directly it becomes a stealing. So misappropriation should be local in a way, because what you saw that happened with the road fund, the misappropriation of the road fund, it was used to pay civil servants. Okay, so when you look at, maybe you're not seeing it. From the early stage, the president was very aggressive in city. He was aggressive in doing things. Don't care. You saw how the president built a 49 unit housing aggressively without second thought. But now what happened? And how you call it? Entourage now, they targeting. If America now have a direct link now with him on that, they will put a in there. But like I said, this is like how you call it? A chess game. They will be targeting the pawn, the rook, the bishop, the knight, until they can get to the king. So they're causing changing the man, but maybe a man they around him, they're not copying the code. So now what he's doing, he tried to play a clean hand and pushing the man in forth. So they're causing it to intensify. They need to intensify now to a man into for all of them to can draw back. Because this person now start to draw back, pushing the man on the full line, pushing them in front. Because of the cost in making a friend, he pushing a man in front. He sacrificing a man. So the cost is making impact. So what I'm going to do now, I will intensify it because now he start to use people now to do the work, and he said that and act like he have done nothing. Now when you see America targeting his entourage instead of him, because he start to play smart, and the man comes me to slow down.
Thank you, Prophet. So let's go to our final topic, gentlemen. Let us look at the issue of Falcon, because there is this issue of Falcon is where we're going to try to cut things and open a line to take calls so that Prophet Key can respond to some of the concern for Liberians around the world. You know, there's a video circulating on social media about Falcon, where he says that he's not going to campaign for people who, in like Eugene Nangbe, who is eating lobsters, people like Pepsi Yekes who bought a car for his girl, for his wife, and then spraying it with $350 US plus champagnes and XYZ. This kind of life that our forefather did back in the days. He said a lot. I think everyone of us we follow that broadcast and also the new video that are trending on social media. So what can we say to that? Is Eugene Falcon in error? Was he right to make that statement, or you think it is not timely? You think it is belated? What's your view on that, Prophet Key, with those statements? Not just the music that people playing. The statement being made and all of those accusations. That he's not going to campaign for XYZ. What's your take on that from Eugene Falcon, Prophet Key?
First thing for Eugene Falcon is a hypocrite.
Eugene
Falcon are hypocrite. Eugene Falcon is only saying that because he's out of the government. But when the president and stepson were washing his car with the more champagne, and Eugene Falcon in the government, wait, never spoke it. Wait, never talk about it. All those people in talking about today, he was in the government with them. Now not today they put enter the government. They all in the government and saw those things. Why Eugene Falcon never spoke against it? Eugene Falcon are hypocrite. That because they took the job from Eugene Falcon and they sanctioned McGill that can be selling small things. So Eugene Falcon is desperate and try to threaten the government so they can find place for him. And they can find place for him so they can be sending him part-time every month. Eugene Falcon are hypocrite. All I can tell you.
Wow. So to you, T-Max, you got any question to ask the Prophet based on the comments that are trending on social media from Eugene Falcon?
My thing with Eugene Falcon is it's unfortunate that I think I agree with the Prophet that he's a hypocrite. People who I think that was one of my reasons I had issues with Joe Blackeye, because when you're in government and you stand to be a transparent person, when you see things going on inappropriately, you have the option to either resign, leave, or speak out. But if you sit there
Yeah.
and everything is rosy and everything is fine, and when you finally maybe you got fired or your tenure is over, and now you want to sit on the bench and start speaking out, yeah, it's very, very hypocritical. So I think I agree with the prophet on that. Eugene Fagon, he knew all of these things. He even know more. He had more information or some deep stuff that he kept saying, "I don't want to talk." When he said, "I don't want to talk," that means he knows a lot. But he knew a lot that was going on in government, and maybe as time goes by, he will speak out. But yeah, that's been very hypocritical. So he's
So
not for me. I want to really
why don't
take
we
see.
so why don't we say the same thing for Joseph Boakai that he's a hypocrite because he was doing his throwing a lot of crazy stuff happened, but at the end that's when
I
he
said,
came out to speak.
I said
But
that before. I said that before. When Joe Barker said he was an old car parked in the garage, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, with all the corruption that was with Robert Sirleaf and all of them breaking no car down, all that stuff, and he was sitting right there until the Ellen 210 was over before he's trying to like say, oh, I couldn't do that, I couldn't do that. But you have said something, you are speaking out. You didn't do it. But you sat there
yeah,
for 12 years, and now you say you are parking in a garage like an old car. I don't buy those kind of statements. I will I will
thank
I
you.
will feel like you were part of it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Famous. Over to you, Gabriel. Then we open the phone lines to taking calls to our audience there that are watching us live. Gabriel.
Yes, Prophet Key, the head of the free position movement. I understand that you are not taking the side, but I mean, time will come, your followers will come to you. I mean, Papa, who should we carry? I mean, that's the time you have to stand out as a leader. I mean, who are you really going to show? I mean, who is in your mind? Because I heard you saying Eugene Fagon is not going to work in our next government. You say he's not, and that shows that George Weah is not going to win, and the next government is a government that you are going to be part of. And I want to know who are you anticipating to be this particular leader? Who are you going to direct your followers then to vote for?
Like I said, I'm not going to support anyone, but I will guide the process, supervise the process, and see the person who will be in the interest of the Liberian people. I'm supervising the process. Everything I'm doing in the Liberian dispensation is supervising the process that things goes the right way. If Samuel Doe then have people like me doing their days, I don't think Doe are going to die in that kind of a manner. So I'm supervising the process. And we on it, we're looking at everybody, every stakeholder coming on board, every politician coming on board. They giving sweet discourse, we're listening to them. We are looking at their potentials. We are looking at things that we know they can do. But in the meantime, me and my follower, because we represent a neutral body in Liberia politics, a neutral body. But at the same time, being the free position supreme leader, we have the supreme committee, whose job is to checkmate the supreme leader based upon a majority vote. If you get 8 men in the supreme committee, all the 8 men should vote against the supreme leader before it can be a law. But when one person break away from them, it can't hold. So we are looking at the process, and we are Liberian. When I say in our next government, the Liberian government is my government because I'm a Liberian. The government there is not for George Weah, it's for Liberian people. It's our government. It's my government. So in my government, the next government, Eugene Falcon will not be on board because Eugene Falcon are hypocrites. Eugene Falcon is a guy who tried to divide our people. He preached division between the native and the conquer, between the market women children and those who were not market women, and other things that what destroyed our country and led to the bloody crisis that destroyed 200 and some more thousand people. So when people speaking in a kind of a minor, we have to be very careful of them. Like I can always say, okay, words are meant to be used, but we have to be very careful with exhort, because exhort is not insult. So I'm looking at the process, I'm guiding the process, and when we reach to a place, where the Supreme Committee will say, oh, Supreme Leader, we want to support this person. Okay? And I said, no, we cannot support the person. It's my right as a Supreme Leader to tell them no. And it's their right for the Supreme Committee to come up with a vote and say, Supreme Leader, we vote, and the vote go against your decision. Then I will support what the Supreme Committee say. But in time being now, my people in the free position, they agree with me, they follow me. We are not supporting nobody. We will stay neutral. We will guide the process. But when time comes, when things change, and they see someone who they look at that can lead and bring people forward, there should be a vote in the Supreme Committee. And when the vote is agreed upon, then I can support who the Supreme Committee will support. But now we stand neutral, we guide the process.
Yeah, so let me just end up from my side, CEO. So we saw members of the free position movement as solidarity forces on the August 24 protest led by the soup guys. And at the end of the day, we're told that the same police that tear gas those guys, the same police that were giving them rice. And I mean, how did you feel about some of your guys, especially if they actually accepted border rights from the police? And I mean, what really comes to your mind? Is it that things are really changing? President Weah is becoming more civilized and tolerant, that they will be sharing rice and water on protesters?
When you say guys, which are the guys you're talking about? Because there were various groups that were part of the protest. We had the free position, we had the Liberian First movement, we had different movements that were on the scene with the organizers of the movement. So when you say guys, which are the guys are you speaking about? My group, or who are you speaking about?
Your guys, your group, free position members.
But nobody from my group ate any food over there. No, nobody from my group ate food.
Hold on, T-Max.
Okay.
I barely want to bring any picture where they see people from my group eating food.
Okay, that's good. So what do you make about the attitude of the police giving the protester rights and other things?
First thing first, why I gathered the police, never get them on the food was from the student vacation party. That why I gathered from the student vacation party officials. That the food that was shared over there, they cooked the food and they brought the food and they placed the food in the police car. And they don't want to put the food on the ground, place it in the police car and they start to share it. That is the information that was given to me from the officials, the hierarchy of the student vacation party. That food was not for the police, but it was the food that they brought. And they put it in the police car. And they explained to me how they and the police were even friendly before the protest. The police even agreed they were going to protect them. Everything was going to be fine. The justice minister was on the scene even before they get in the permit that he was coming to receive the petition. But according to them, because I was part of the protest, and my picture was flying on the protest, so the government changed their mind. That's the information coming from the officials of the organizer of the protest. That food, they brought the food, and they gave the food to the police. Police was not the one that brought the food. That's the information that was given to me by the Student Unification Party. And they also told me everything was fine between they and the police and the government. But what slacked the whole thing, it was my presence on the scene that day that what made even the government refused to take the petition.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Prophet King, for that clarity. And I also want to agree on that because we understand that if definitely the government was the one involved with the sharing of the food, it was going to be no secret. It was going to be absolutely no secret. It's going to be very clear on social media that the Liberian government have offered the Liberian people, the protest of food and what have you. But in Amos, we have not gotten stories from the Liberian police or the Liberian government. It still shows that what Prophet King says is exactly what happened because they're on the ground of protest. Once the police is there, you cannot just display your food on the ground and XYZ. So Let's open the lines right now. I think we have asked a lot of questions and we have discussed 3 different points, here tonight. So let's open the lines to take calls from our audience. We'll take our most 7 calls, Timas. Please, let's just maintain that number, 7 calls, and then we will not go more.
Hello, your name and where you call from?
Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Bill, and I'm calling from Minnesota. Want to appreciate
We can hear that
our prophet,
our
wonderful prophet on the line. Want to appreciate you.
Can you be a little? I think we're
the caller is coming in broken. Timas is coming in broken.
Can you guys hear me better now?
We are hearing you.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's take another caller.
All right. So, like I was saying, thanks for. Am I on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. For the show.
I think the caller got there in the
I was listening to our prophet, and he always have considered for their group free position. They are not for any group or any political party and thing. And I have a serious issue with that. I want to believe that they need to go back to the drawing board and make a new decision that try to come up with something tangible, because where Liberia is, we do need some change. In fact, a lot of change there. Now, why am I saying this? Is the fact that there was a saying, or there is a saying that has been, taken over Facebook. Only George Weah can beat George Weah. We all know about right. There is nowhere in history that it has ever been known or stated that any leader or Liberian leader as a whole have ever been into power once. It doesn't matter, despite their corruption or whatever. And after that turning, they were taken out of power. And it's not going to start with George Weah, not a way in with George Weah. Because these people, whenever they get into seat or the power, the corruption is so huge that politically, when they have the country under the belt, they control the entire system. They control the entire system. Even how things are decided is done by them. Now, I would say.
Please be a little brief. We have a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's just wrap it up.
Yeah,
be concise, please.
Yeah. She be making comments. Yeah, be precise in your comment.
Yeah.
Okay, let me come to my conclusion, please. Quick.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so now what I'm looking at Prophet Gideon doing is that can they at least try to look at the opposition people, maybe like boycotting coming up, or even like I was saying, Alexander Cummings, these guys coming together, because these guys are totally apart. Can Prophet Gideon use their willpower in order to try to reposition these guys? Because without this,
thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
I cannot think of it.
Hello, caller. Your name and where you call from?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Dakmana Utah Nicholas Smith. I call you from California.
Go ahead, Nicholas.
I've been following you guys, and I appreciate you guys for the discussion. I also want to appreciate Prophet Key for coming on the platform and speaking out to the issues.
Go ahead. Go straight to the point.
Well, I'm speaking now, and it's a great point.
Because we have a lot of callers. The lines,
yeah,
say,
brother, I gotta talk now. You can be hijacking my thoughts.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Make a point, my man.
The line behind you. Go ahead. Okay, he went up. That's good. Yeah, like.
You better tell you about. That's taking next call, brother. Yeah, placing your course because we have limited time. You know, the line keep hot and keep being hot. So I mean, just call in and make your point, ask your questions or make your comment. That's
Yeah,
very simple,
right.
gentlemen. Yeah, if you want to be a guest on the show, send our invite, send our message, and then we'll bring you on to make your, I mean, to be a guest. But we can take you and then you keep, you know, in conversation or what have you. Just make your point.
Yeah, I think Prophet Key can just be answering
Give her,
that
you
last
got,
caller.
you got there, no problem.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Lawrence Yan Yene, and I am calling from Iowa.
Go ahead.
All right. I want to say many thanks to the Supreme Leader for the withdrawal from the race because you cannot, nobody can debate that. The issue is clear. Even it happened in the case of Henry Costa, who was just a talk show host. For him to go to Liberia, the government lie on him. This is the same government that came later and said, we free the charge on Costa. What was the crime he committed? Then what's about Prophet Key when he goes Liberia? He will not be secure. And election requires you band with your people to really tell them what you're going to do for them. You will not say in Morocco and win election. So the decision for him to withdraw is really for his life safety. The lawmakers benefit at the signing for over there. I don't think it has to be so. Although they got to advocate for themselves, this is what I expected Daniel Ziangan to do. A few days you were on one of those shows. Ziangan could not talk anything straight. Saying he mandated the people not to get a down to those widows. Ziangan, when you die tomorrow, when your wife and kids get in the street, people must say the same thing to them. What are some achievements that Daniel Ziangan is making in our army? People, men and women are sacrificing their life. That any time down. There should be people pushing some of these ideas to the lawmaker to sign into law the benefit of the army men. But nothing good will say that day. So when it comes to the lawmakers, I think the social security benefit is the one they should focus on. And you should put money there, you take it.
Yep.
Depending on it, as Steve Mike said.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Conclude.
Yeah, wrap up.
Yeah. The issue with Fagon is almost the same issue with Omen Waka. The Omen sat over there 12 consecutive years. He could not say anything. Fagon have understood that we are not second term. So he's talking out things so that the next government can favor him. And then other guys got to come on. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Yana. Thank you for your contribution.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay. See you.
Yeah, let's take 4 calls. They're taking 4 more calls. Then Prophet Q will respond. Then man, 4 more calls enough.
Yeah, so
You know, when you go in, just make your point.
People say Prophet Key shouldn't go.
The Prophet
Hello?
Q
This is Honorable Bobby Benito calling from Belgium.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Belgium.
It's sad that we sit down and embrace. I mean, we're all the educated people in Liberia. Are you guys serious? For Prophet Key to show and say that because of him, the government provide food for those young people, and you put sit down and clap for him? Why can people just sit down and create lies for themselves? To be and start acting all kinds?
Prophet Key didn't say so.
No, we will not take those.
No. CEO, let him speak. No, let him speak.
Listen to people that
I want to be disrespectful. No. Make your point and don't attack personality. Make your point. Make your point. What are you attacking?
The people that can be serious. Nobody who went to school, no sound minded person and listen to people that Prophet Key. You put stop fooling him.
Thank you.
Call that man up, man.
CEO, let people speak.
No, we won't condone that. It better you make your point than to condone somebody. If you don't listen to Prophet King, thousands of people listen to him. That's just very simple.
Right. So that's why everybody entitled to their opinion. Respect people's opinion. As long as it's not insulting, we
won't accept that, T-Max. Those kind of people, you call them our brothers. Simple. They can go find a different platform to make those kind of comment on. Period.
Thank you. you very much, my Warwick Woto. I appreciate it. Thank you for following.
The bigger
But yeah,
platform
back
in
to you,
Liberia.
CEO.
Yeah, thank you, Thema. The bigger platform there in Liberia, the Spoon Talk. They just hosted. Okay, I think we got a call. Let me take this call. Hello, caller. Your name and where you joining us from?
Thank you very much. This is the voice of Abu A. Kamara and a 4 for ELW Junction.
Make your point quickly.
Thank you very much. I want to say thank to the Prophet Key studio there. I want to congratulate the man for his well participation today. And see the reason why people are calling, making honorable statement, other people are making negative comment about the man running. Prophet Key already told with the librarian that he is not desperate for power. That's the reason why you can do anything to get power, you can fool people. But the man is someone who understands the librarian quality. The man, he has a good mindset for the librarian. That's the reason why he always will not be desperate to do anything. And I can tell you, if you normally listen to Prophet, one time the man said, anything that is important to you and you want to give it to people, always wait. Let it come for it. When they ask for it, give it to them. You will get the best out of them. But when you force it on them, they don't know the importance of it at that time. You will not get the best out of them.
Thank you.
Now, maybe the people may not understand the prophet, but time will come, they will understand the prophet, then we'll get to go with the prophet message. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. You know, it is very simple, right, gentlemen? Let me just make something very clear. People may feel that we're disrespecting them. We don't want to accept their call. You make your call. You place your call. Make your point. Don't attack personality. The Prophet King man you want to try to denigrate on our show tonight was the same Prophet King man on the Spoon Talk that you guys claim to be the most powerful platform in the world. I mean, in the Israel Liberia. He was just on recently and they had a fruitful discussion. So make your point. Why the hell you can make your point and you want to attack the man? Make your point. Simple. Why can't you make your point?
CEO.
Yeah,
my thing is,
I'll take one more call, then Prophet King will respond to the call.
I don't have a call yet. But CEO, I think Prophet King himself understands.
Can respond, then we'll go.
Let me conclude, Gabriel, then we'll go to Prophet Key. But Prophet Key himself understand once you become a public figure, not everybody will like you, and you gotta respect the views of everybody. Some people will say shit, some people will say good, some people will criticize, some people will praise. It's part of life. You can't say everybody should come praising and singing praise song. So that's something I respect when it comes to someone being a public figure.
But Timas, the issue here is this, right? Timas,
but Prophet Key got thick skin, CEO. Prophet Key got thick skin, so he can stand all those things.
Let her discuss. Don't anything. You know, Timas, I understand what you're trying to say, but let us discuss the issues. It is the issues that Prophet King is discussing. Prophet King is not discussing personality, it's just the issues, even though the personality makes the issues. But let's discuss the issues, but not to attack the man and make statement like we who sitting here will have no time or we have no business schedule. We just sit there to Prophet King.
He attacked with the host, right? So that's what
gentlemen, that Prophet Key conclude and we can again go, gentlemen.
It just tells you the brother is not even following. He claimed to be educated. He's not understanding. Nobody was clapping here. He said we're clapping and cheering for Prophet Key because he says right. But that's his view. You know, I just don't, give the credence to those kind of, people. But we're giving the time to say what.
You just caught them up. Team, let hear from you, Prophet. Those kind of people don't even keep.
Okay. I will say thank you to everyone that called, but I think people that called, they were just pushing their point. Okay, I don't think they asked me any question because I didn't see no question there for me. They then try to add up to the same thing that I said, and some people trying to, bring us some point of view. But for the fellow that just called and just left, that particular man, he's a serial critic of Prophet Key, serial one. Okay, and what he did is not to me, not to you. The man disrespected you. Okay, the man disrespected you. First thing first, there's a platform. Okay, I am your guest. Okay, He grants, if a man said, if the man condemn you, first of all, he condemn you, they don't even know what you're doing. And that is wrong. You don't get people that kind of chance to abuse you on your own platform. The way you were doing, condemning your educated people, it means he condemned your intellectuality, he condemned your credential, he condemned you, first of all, the way you were going. So for me, I already know him. Because these are people that don't understand that everybody should have their point of view. Everybody should be heard. Then he left with the public to decide. But for him, Prophet Key should not be on platform. Prophet Key should not talk. So you see the kind of mindset he pushing, and when you can go push it to spoon touch you, when you can carry that. Then you can let's see the CEO gain chance to go push that kind of talk in the kind of a similar level living. Everybody should have a point of view. You should not condemn people because your enemy cannot be my enemy. Your friend cannot be my friend.
Definitely.
Okay. And for the brother called from America that spoke concerning that we should support the free position, should decide to support the opposition. Okay. For the betterment of Liberia, we should decide. Like I said, the free position is a legal entity in Liberia. Okay, registered on the Liberian government. It's a movement. It's not just a party we're talking about mob. We pay taxes every year to the Liberian government. Okay, but like I said, I am the supreme leader. I get right to a point to dismiss. And at the same time, there are people that get more right than I do. At the Supreme Committee. So when the Supreme Committee comes together and say, oh, Prophet Key, we have decided to support one of the opposition group, then I can give them my support based upon vote. But now, as it is, we're not going to support anyone. We are watching them and see the decision they will make. Because if you want to be a good leader, that your decision will determine whether you will be a good leader. The kind of people you will bring near you to work with you, it will give us a vision that you will be a good leader. So we not come here to be a praise singer, to just jump on the bandwagon at this early stage. So people, because when there is no opposition, someone feel that everything you're doing is right. Someone have to be there to checkmate you. Someone have to be there to expose you so you can know what you're doing. So we're not going to jump in on the bandwagon and become, oh, Joseph Baga, yeah, oh, Joseph Baga, go, oh, yeah, come, that go. No, we won't do it. And politicians, those that can praise sing for them, those that respect them too much, are those they can disrespect. And there are the people that politicians don't even take advice from, because for them, they are already won them over. So when politicians won you over, no need to get your time. They're going for those they are not able to win over. So that's how politics runs. You see, most of the people that are around the politician, more often, don't look at their view. They don't care for them. For them, they already part of the team. They are already very convinced. So no need to really give them too much credence. But those who are not very convinced, go for them. So that's what they usually do. So let them continue coming for us. But we're not going to them. Let them continue chasing us. And I was said to, will continue to put those things that Pierre for Labrin put out there, will continue to checkmate them so themselves they can know the way forward. And the whole thing here, we are not against anyone. Even Joshua, we're not against Joshua, because Joshua is the president of Liberia. Joshua is a Liberian. We only want a better Liberia that everybody will benefit, not a few handful of people. Like we're just explaining about how to call it the retirement package for the lawmaker. You saw that, I never went against it. So while the lawmaker in the road, I don't go against it because anything that will benefit our people, it will be good. But like I said, it should be a national discussion. Few group of people should not go send us because they want to earn a huge amount of money. When they retire, then they pass it because it will pass. That particular bill will pass because it's in their interest. We know that there should be a retirement package. That's good. But it should be a national discussion Liberian people should be on the bandwagon. We should discuss it, and there should be system. There should be a particular incentive that will go to them. But you cannot send the economy because you know that when you retire, you want money, then you just go ready, you send to your body, they send to the president sign it, then it become a law. We ain't gonna agree to that. Okay, so I think I have touched those things I are supposed to say because more people didn't say questions.
Finally, Prophet Key, you know.
CEO got a call on the line. Can we before the prophet concludes?
Take calls anymore, Timas. They call us now. Just gotta keep holding on for the next Sunday. Yeah, because our guest is already about to leave, and we can't take any more calls again. So I'm so sorry there to put a halt to the quarter.
I on hold, so I'll just let him go. Hello.
Okay, let's just hear him. Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's just hear him because I want to make a final comment.
I wait for the prophet to conclude before I let him on.
So let's just hear him. Let's just hear him. Yeah, in 30 seconds. 30 seconds, please.
Go ahead, Teddy.
Okay. Thank you for taking the call real quick. Greeting to the platform.
Trying to be concise.
I'm Peter Chairman for Operation from the City of North Dakota and Chairman for George Must Win, the most fastest auxiliary group within the
make a comment about forget about all the position and what have you. Just make your comment on your question. Yeah, we won't get time.
I know, brother, you get to protect your guests. When your guests you have a thick skin, is a one who ready to throw a lot of blows, on people, on my president. So when someone try to, criticize him or checkmate him, without using profanity on him, something that he usually uses on people, so he shouldn't be ignored. But however, I want to let the prophet know that you should be in the right trajectory when it comes to advocacy. You shouldn't be afraid to go to Liberia. This government is a government that never hurt people. It's a government that make people to have their way. It don't have no political personal which hunt people. So that you can be free and go in Liberia with a movement, and you can decide. Even what kind of John CDC, we're looking up to you to that. However, I still recognize you, my Hebrew brother. So but I differ with you on when it comes to politics, when it comes to the advocacy against my president George Manawaya. So you should be free and have a thick skin. And I know the host is there to protect you, but you should give to others.
I'm a fake Hebrew man, but my man go back, go, my man. Let me end this show back. Go give that you.
Man, let my Hebrew brother talk, man.
We missed the general on the front, and there's a negotiation on the way for Falcon to come back to CDC. So, as Falcon is the true revolutionary president, even though they are in frustration and other things he might be saying, but we recognize Falcon as a true revolutionary individual for the cause. So we are really negotiating for him to come back. So I would tell you guys happy Sunday, and you guys have a good day today.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you so much, Teddy.
Teddy Lion, message Hebrew man, but it meant a fake Hebrew man, bro. Because I know Hebrew people now want Hebrew people. Prophet Keys are laughing at it, man. Yeah, so what I was trying to conclude on, Prophet Keys, you already heard is this, right? With the issues of what the Senate have already passed into law and waiting on the lower house. The citizens have nothing now they can do. Everything now is left with the president. Like you said, the lower house now they're going to agree on that because it's all in their interest. So the only thing now that we can look at now, because even according to law, the citizen now cannot do anything except maybe just to protest, and say, okay, we cannot allow this to happen. Maybe that's the only power that the citizens have. But now it's left with the president, because if that happened to reach the death of the president is saying he cannot sign this into law. Because why? It is in the interest of the Liberian people. The country will do not have money. Because we all understand that, city mayor was to be voted upon. But Ellen Jones said, what did she do? She said the country do not have money. So there will be tens of elections in the country. So, there's no money for city mayor election. So at the end of the day, what happened? The city mayor now having to be an appointment. It's supposed to be an election by law. we should be vote for 7 million in the country. But what they didn't say, no money. So we can go for election. So President, we have to can still come out to and say, no, we cannot accept this because we have no money in the country. So everything is left for the president. So what's your final advice you have for our president? Based on the issue, then we call it a day. You can take leave, and then we call it a day. Prophet Key.
Yeah, like I said, this issue is a dedicated issue and a call for national discussion. So the president should not sign it into law, because if something called for national discussion, the president should not run and sign it, because we don't know what are the incentives they put in there. We don't know. So we have to read a bill. The bill needs to be out there in the public. Let Liberian people read it. Like I said, when we say Liberia is broke, Liberia is not broke. But the way in which we spend the money and who allocate the money, that's the why we see things are not going right. But for people to just jump out and just get and say, oh, we'll retire, we need money. We know that when you retire, you need money. The national social security is there. The money is there for you. But maybe they never kept money over there for themselves. They are not paying taxes to keep money in national social security. So they want the government to have a special budget for them. Okay, that is not bad because other countries can do it. But this should be discussed. It should be discussed, and the people should see logic in it. It should not just be for few group of people who only doing it to benefit themselves. So the president should reject it. He should not sign it into law. He should reject it and send it back to them for it to become a public discussion, a national discussion.
Thank you, Prophet King. Thank you, Prophet King. Prophet King already said the whole President George Mann, we are who always listen to the prophet, because the president is one of the regular followers of the prophet, will listen to what the prophet just said, that you should reject that, even if the Lord has signed that, and then there should be a review on it, and also too there should be some other, maybe things taken out of it. So, Prophet King, we want to take this time to tell you thank you for being on here, being part of the Diaspora Talk, discussing issues affecting our country. We appreciate you ever so much for every time we call upon you to talk to Liberian people on here. You always make it a duty to come on. It shows how down to earth you are. It shows how you place the welfare of your subordinate before your own. Because coming on here is like you want Liberian people to listen to you. What you have to tell them, improvement that have to be made. So thank you all so much for being on here, Prophet King. We appreciate you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful brand new Sunday. Because it's Sunday afternoon already in Morocco, and we are already getting close to Monday morning. Thank you, Prophet King, and you have a wonderful time.
And thank you to the platform, and thank you to all your panelists. And I appreciate you for the good job. And let's continue to work in the interest of our country. I see you when you see me. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao. Okay, gentlemen, right there, we're going to get our parting comment now. Prophet Key already take leave. And, like Prophet Key was saying, right, Tima, it is often clear. We respect everyone on here who will come up to give their views about issues we talk about. But when you come on here to denigrate us, who the panelists, try to make some reckless statement, we will not continue with you. It is better you face the issues than facing personality. The most talked about platform in Liberia, Spoon Talk, just hosted Prophet King last week Sunday. He was there discussing issues. We did not see anyone of you insulting the CEO or telling him, what is, XYZ,
Yeah, so, that's conclude CEO and go.
So when we give you God the respect by accepting your cause, also to respect us to being on here for taking your course and making your comments.
So for some of us, I don't need somebody to respect me. I don't need somebody. People don't know me. They see me here. Their views is respected. They can call me a crazy man. They can call me whatever. I respect it. That's how they feel. But it's not really me. No. So let's just, conclude on the show. But I'll be honest with you. I love to give people the time to express how they feel. It's important. That's how they feel.
I let her give some people slaps sometimes, T-Max.
Yeah, like I said, if the brother picked up the phone, he started insulting, I will not condone that. But the brother was expressing himself. Now, he wasn't insulting. He was just saying, this and that. He was making a lot of errors because he was angry. I understood. He said, "Well, clapping for Prophet Key. Nobody clap here. You know, we praise." But that's yeah,
Right.
that's his view. Things I don't get into it. I don't know why it move people. It don't move me because somebody saying something doesn't mean that's me. So that's just the kind of person I am. So everybody's different.
Yeah,
So, but
you're
I
right,
conclude.
T-Max. So let's hear from you, Gabriel. Let's get your parting comment. I'll call you a day, and then we hear from T-Max, and then we call you a day.
Okay, thank you so much, CEO. First, I would like to thank Prophet Key for being here, and also I would like to thank all of our viewers and those who have been ardently following us from the nook and cranny of the world. There's a global platform. We are all over. So I want to thank you. And the Prophet Key, that's the Prophet Key talk about his insecurity in Liberia. He cannot go to Liberia right now. So I think Prince Johnson has the leeway because, as I heard, he was one of the key political and competitive figure in Lima County there. So Prince Johnson has the leeway. I think he might be retained. So,
Oh yeah,
and again, we just like to tell all of our
yes,
commenters
let
thank
them
you
know.
and your views. I actually take it into consideration, but just that you have to follow the ethical standard of the platform, and make sure you do everything well. And secondly, CEO, to just conclude concerning this, I was just doing a calculation, right? And they said $5,000 for a lawmaker, when he leaves the now they are 73 in the House of Representatives. So $5,000 times 73. So okay, $5,000 times 73 is going to be $365,000 every month. Every month that will be dispersed into their account. I'm
And tell
talking
me by
about
year. By year, you're talking about
yeah,
million.
yes. So if you times this by one, two, it's going to be 4,380,000 dollars
That's a lot of money.
for let's say
The
for a,
representative.
yeah, for a representative that sat there. I mean, just for the House as a representative that sat there for almost 12 years making laws, whether the laws are good or bad for the Liberian people, and we are still paying them. And guess what? This particular money is for lifetime. Even if you die, this particular benefit can be transferred to your next of kin, your next of kin. So the problem is that we who are saying that we are financially challenged as a country, I mean, why are we signing the kind of laws? And you have the Supreme Court, you have the let's say the House of Senate. So this might even go up to 12 million or 15 million every day subtracted from the budget. This is going to become another burden on the country. We just need a very patriotic government or a patriotic president that will just come by and say, I mean, this is a burden. We cannot just carry this. We cannot carry this. But again, it is in their interest. Once it is in their interest, this particular law will be passed. So thank you so much, CEO, and I will see you next weekend.
Okay, thank you. There. Let's get your parting comment, T-Max.
All right, thank you, CEO. So first of all, again, I'd like to recognize my brother there, Edward L. Massacre, that shepherd. Thank you for following the man Warwick Woto there in Ghana. Thank you guys for following those my brothers there, and they are following the diaspora talk. Today we did not see um, Real says Pro, our regular follower. I hope he's doing good. Real says Pro, wherever you are, the diaspora talk, and also remember you. And we hope to see you next Sunday. To conclude, CEO, um, that identical bill, I I'll be honest with you, I have no problem with lawmakers retiring and having some benefits. It's very important when you work all your life, especially in government or in the private sector. Retirement is something that we all look forward to. But my question is, how are they going about it? Right? The way they see other countries doing it, they're not just dashing money out there because they want to retire, but they are putting system in place for those retirement. That is when you start to work, you should be able to pay taxes. There are certain money cut from your pay. So when you started, like you started working at the age of 20 something or the age of, 19, 20, and you've been putting money aside, the government been cutting money from you until you reach the age of 60, 65, and you're retiring, there is benefit there for you. But what I'm seeing and what I'm understanding from these lawmakers is that, oh, I just ran campaign and I won and I served for 6 years, so now I need lifetime retirement. Even if I'm at the age of, say, 21 or 22, and I became representative for one time, I need lifetime retirement. If that's what that bill is talking about, that is trash. They should trash that bill. Because retirement is about lifetime service. It's not because I served one term or two term, so I need to retire for life. That means you have to stay in the House of Senate or Representative until you reach the age of this. The Liberian government could say 50, they could say 40. It left with the government. The government can decide. But they should not put a bill in place that make no sense when it comes to retirement. Because retirement is not just free money you're getting, it's something you work for the rest of your life. Like someone like Joe Bwaka, who been public service for almost all his life. If he's retiring and getting those kind of benefit, it makes a lot of sense. That's what retirement is all about. That's what we know retirement to be. Not just because I ran and won one term and the next time my people voted me out, now I should take a lifetime benefit. I have not gone through the document. I hope to see it. Like you said, they're kind of rushing with it and passing it quick because that's why the legislature do most of the time. All of their laws are always meant for them to benefit them and not the people they serve. I hope our people too can wake up to some of these things that go on in the country. What's about the civil servant? Do they think about the civil servant, the people that work for them every day? Do they really think
No,
about?
they don't.
Do they include them into these bills that they pass in terms of benefit, in terms of these people retirement? Some of our mothers and fathers work for these people until they get old and they leave those places with nothing, go and sit home, they can't even afford food to eat. Do they think about these people too? So this is something like the prophet said, it has to be a national discussion. They should bring it out to the people, both Liberia and the diaspora. We should be able to look into that bill and see what are those clauses that they have there to benefit not just the Senate and representative or the president, but the common Liberians too, who also own a bigger share of the country, who also are part of the country. So I hope that can be a national discussion and they shouldn't just rush with something and put it on a cover. And because our people, like Liberia is 75% illiterate, so our people don't understand, they don't understand the dynamics of how these things work. And I don't want it to rush stuff and then put our people in a situation where now the government have the burden of paying for this kind of nonsense bill that was passed that are not supposed to be paid for. And now the very civil servant will work and taxes will be cut from them to pay for these greedy people retirement. That will be a complete hurt to that country for generations to come. So my issue on that is it should be looked at and what are the system they are putting in place to meet with this retirement that they try to push very fast. So I hope the Liberian people can wake up to that. I hope we can have more discussion on that. See, I hope we can get into that bill. Hopefully, if we can have a copy of it and go over and really bring it out to the Liberian people and see what's behind that bill and what are they really trying to craft that will hurt the government and the common Liberian people for most suffering on that country. Thank you, CEO. And thank you to
Thank
all
you.
of our viewers from the Diaspora Talk and callers who contributed to the show today. I want to say thank you also. Back to you, CEO. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you there, T Max. And it's a good thing that like what the prophet say and what you guys also saying, it make a lot of sense. Liberia is our country for us all. It's not for a specific Liberian or specific people to benefit, but Liberians should benefit in totality. And then why is it that our legislators should be more focused on themselves than as compared to the civil servant? Our brothers and sisters that are in uniform, like the army, the police, and what have you, have
Right, right.
benefit. But these are people who, risk their life. I mean, the service that our brothers and sisters in uniform, render for our country is more than the representatives. Trust me. It's just that the representative position are more higher than our brothers and sisters in arms. But these guys risk their life just to protect our country and defend properties and life in our country. But these
Right.
guys are not taking the consideration, and these guys are not taking these guys seriously. But all they care about them very self, their stomach, and their family. Are you telling you? Do you know what it means a lifetime benefit? I wonder we are understanding that. Like Prophet said, it is not a bad thing. Yes, of course we know it's not a bad thing, but I mean, how? I mean, why would we want to focus on the legislatures? And these legislatures are the problem there in our country.
They are.
These guys signed bad concessions agreement with companies in our country just to get our people into poverty more. And they enrich themselves. They are the nice houses, send their girlfriends and concubines or wives and what have you all around the world. And I mean, go and get married in Paris like the Cara's Gray, and then don't care for the masses in our country. They do not care about all of these things. Where are we going as a people? And let me just make this very clear to all of our followers. We respect every one of your views. The Diaspora Talk is not for a specific political party or a specific Liberians. We respect everybody. So when we afford you the time to place your call, please discuss the issues. Do not denigrate us. Even if we bring Frog on the platform for discussion, do not disrespect us or even disrespect our guests. Just make your point sincerely. And that's important because everyone will bring on here to discuss the issues. Just address the issues. And that's just very fine. But if you don't want to address the issues and want to talk about how we're not serious, we bring XYZ, blah, 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 then you yourself will come here to you not serious. Because if you're serious, you'll not call on our own serious show. Just trust me now. You'll never call on our own serious show if you're a serious minded person. But you call on the show because you know that it is important and it's interesting. That's why you place your call to make your comment. Make a comment. We respect it so much and we will all respond to that. That is fair enough. But if you want to get us some denigrating statement and think we will not condone that, and we will not continue with that, we'll cut you off and you find your way. My own man, Dakpana, you try making comment and you said we did not afford you the time. My brother, whenever we have a guest on, we have thousands of people who want to place the call. Trust me, we will not take all of the time of introduction and XYZ. Just place your call, make your comment, and that'll be very important. If it is a concern, you make a concern. That just it because everything we do here is time management. The time difference is I mean, our time difference it's not the same. We have people, Prophet King is in Morocco. We in Asia. Our the rest of our partners there in the US of it. That's time different. So we're trying to, to be able to balance the time. So at least, we all can adjust, and be able to carry on our other business schedule. It's almost 12 a.m. here in Korea. And I guess it is almost 9 or 10 a.m. also in the US of A, where my brother Timas is. And Prophet Kisa is almost at 2 p.m. He has his own show to go and conduct. So we have to observe the time. That's why when we're taking calls, we want you to just be at the point. Make a comment. So on this note, gentlemen, we're going to draw the curtain to the end of our broadcast. And trust me, next week we'll try to go into that bill in details. We'll come on here, discuss it, and then be able to make it explicit to the audience what is important in that bill and how there should be an adjustment on it. So on this note, let me take this time to say thank you to T-Max for being on here. Gabriel, who already left, our guy, the prophet who also, was part of our discussion. To our beautiful audience out there, we respect every one of you. All of your views are well respected. That's why every time you come on here, we take your calls for you to make your point. We respect every one of you. We want to appreciate you for always coming on whenever we come on here. For those of you that are Nicodemously following us, we also want to say thank you, for following us. To the rest of our panelists who could not be on the show tonight, we want to say hands up to you because you following through the comment section. We want to say thank you there. All of the reckless comment we've seen from some unscrupulous beings on here, we will still not dignify those comments. By the end of the day, we are all here for Liberia. So thank you there all so much, and you will see us next week on the same time, same location, on your cell phone or on any of your device. So let's call it a day, T-Max.
Thank you, CEO.
Thank you.
Call your friend. Now that you want your money to now. Money to now. I know you are very I love this stupid to you. Whenever your friend around you treat me like
Yeah, thank you all so much for being on here. Next week, Sunday, the same time, same location. We'll be discussing issues affecting our country, Liberia.
And if you want to do some kind of way,
yeah, it is very easy to discuss the issues.
The money, somebody.
Yeah, thank you all so much, our audience. We will also have our sister Rosemary also on here next week, Sunday, discussing the issues about her product. She said, yeah, Siata, thank you, my sister, for being on the platform. Yeah, Honorable Bobby or Bemito. Even though you make some records coming on here, but also thank you for being on here. Yeah, Momo Harris, thank you for being on here. We appreciate every one of you for being part of our broadcast.
Yo, this is your boy Steve back down. DJ.
Yeah, and this is how we draw the curtains at the end of our broadcast. We want to appreciate every one of you for being on here, discussing issues affecting Liberia.
I love the way how you do me. I love the way how you do me. I love the way how you do me. It's a pleasure. I love the way how you do me. My baby, that confuse me. You got a gun and you shoot me, baby. I like it the way you can use me. Baby, you just have the control, baby. Can push me around with a remote. Yeah, I love now want anymore. If I like, though, you can come at your throat. They say you want that police. They say you a poor job. They say you Polara. But are you I want? They say you walking naked. They say you share a boy. Why you a got that must but are you I want? Let's say you can't say no.
Yeah, on this note, we draw the curtain to the end of our broadcast. Happy Sunday there to you all. And happy new month, the month of September. We have just maximum 3 more months to go to the end of 2022, 2023. Yeah, we come on, people.
I want you eat me like pizza when you open it. I will see the inside. Let them see that in the I see you. Not every reason why me, I wanna be with you. Anything why you do me, but I'm feeling you. I will not move from where you go, I finish you. Baby, oh, let's do the thing we do. Let's get some power, we not get us down. I love the way how you do me. My baby, that confuse me. You got a gun and you shoot me, baby. I like it the way you can use me. Baby, you just have the control, baby. Can push me around with a remote. Yeah, I love now want anymore. If I like, though, you can come at your show.
Yeah, bye for now, my people. We see you next week, Sunday. Same time, same platform, Diaspora Talk. Discussing issues affecting Liberia at all time. Let's put our country first. And let's forget about tribal sentiments. Let's also forget about political party sentiments. Liberia is for us all. Let's put Liberia first. And let us not put individual first. Our sister Rosemary, she said in Comeste, and yeah, cosmetic items for both women and men. The best you can do, go in our comment section. The link is right there for you to be able to order your products online, or you can contact her directly. We will also have it posted on our page so that you can be able to contact her easily. Yeah, to order your products. We will see you next week Sunday. My people, bye for now.
Peace.